Hey, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'll be going through the steps required to change the water pump in what this example is a 718 base Cayman. I do have a video that covers the complete work that I did to this car. You can check out that video, but this is just the steps to replace the water pump. This is to lift up on these trim pieces on around the seat belt. Start from the window and work your way in to pull this trim off, and then just let it sit here on the side. To take out the T30 Torx bolts on this silver piece, 2 on each side. Once you have both done, then you just lift this piece out. At this point, you'll want to take this center piece out, and for mine, that is very easy because it wasn't attached. Be careful of any of the little nubs that you see. Make sure that those get back onto the parts. Otherwise, you might have some rattles. To gain access to the front of the engine, it's easiest to kind of pull these seatbelt pieces to the front. And then you need to take off this piece, this trim piece, which is just a couple clips. Go. And then to get it completely out, you just want to lift up on the piece that goes in the front along the sill, and then this piece comes out. And now the final piece to this is to just go ahead and pull this carpet piece out. To gain access to the front of the engine, you'll need to remove these 10mm bolts. To get to the last 10mm bolt on this one, there is a subwoofer that's here. You need to take the 3 bolts that hold the cover on, flip that up, slide this up, pull it out, unplug, and then the last 10mm bolt is right behind it. With the last bolt out of the way, you can now take off the front cover. The next thing I'm going to tackle up here is to get the belt off. And that's by sticking my 30mm wrench on it and just getting the tension off that belt, sliding it off. There we go. Okay, so getting the downpipe out is a bit of a process. First thing you want to do before you raise your car is loosen up the bolts up here. And then when you have the car raised, then you can remove these 4 so that you can swing these brackets out of the way. You're going to need that for clearance to get the pipe out. The next thing you're going to need to do is back here, and that's loosen up this cover so that you can get into where the O2 plug is for the downpipe. So slide this piece down, this plug here slides out. You can then easily unplug so that the end of the O2 sensor is hanging out. The next thing you'll want to do is loosen up this bracket that sits around the head of the downpipe and the exhaust of the turbo. Once you get this one done, if you can, reach up with the 22mm wrench and unscrew your O2 sensor.
And then you can just leave the O2 sensor out of the pipe hanging here for the time being. The next thing I want to do is remove these two 12mm bolts. Then you'll want to remove one of these two 12mm bolts and then loosen the other one so that this bracket will swing out of the way. And then you can go ahead and open up this clamp. Be careful at this point if you have everything removed, because then the pipe will come down. And then it's kind of a product of lowering the cat portion and then sliding the whole assembly towards the front of the car, and then it's free. Sounds simple, but it took a little longer than I expected. Once that's all out of the way, then you can continue your next steps of whichever procedure you're doing. In the case of changing the spark plugs, you need to have the downpipe out of the way because the cylinder head sits right behind this heat shield that you can't get to with the downpipe installed. So next step in this process is to go ahead and remove this heat shield. All right, to get this heat shield out, you have 4 hex bolts that hold here, 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 and here. You have one 10mm nut that you can get to right here. And then you have 2 E-Torx bolts, one right here on the thermostat, and then one over here on the side. It's probably in this area. I can't quite see it right here, but if I dip my head around, it's in this area. But there's an E-Torx bolt that you get, and then you just kind of slide it down, and then it just comes right out in one piece. The next step in this process is to go ahead and drain the coolant. We'll do that by draining it right here. Trying to catch this before it makes a big mess. We'll have the filler cap off. Right, starting at the top of the water pump, you have this M10 bolt. And I believe this is what they call a triple square. Go ahead and get that one taken out. And then the rest are just E-Torx bolts around the body of the water pump. And if you need reference for placement, just grab the new water pump and orient it so that you can figure out where the location of these bolts are. So I'll go ahead and finish up these top ones. I think there's 3 that you can access from above, and the other 3 you have to get from below. Okay, up above, I've already taken off this vacuum line and the 3 bolts. I've cracked these 3 loose so that I'm ready to take them apart. You have this guard here as well, so just be careful. So my camera had issues right at the time when I was taking this off, but I was in the middle of in the groove, so I didn't stop and I kept working. I did take the pump off. I cleaned up this bracket and got the new pump ready for installation. You can access all of the bolts very easily from underneath the vehicle. The smaller ones are to be torqued to 13 Newton meters.
The big one on top is 30. Okay, so I've drawn a vacuum in the coolant system. So now I'm ready to go ahead and fill the system with coolant. Put a little more coolant in my bucket. And there we go. One of the easiest ways to ever fill a cooling system, that's for sure. Now that I've finished topping off the system, I'm ready to go ahead and put the cap on and start the engine. I have a tool to run the bleeding cycle that Porsche has. So I'll hook that up and show you how that works. Plus I'll also open up the bleeder valve. So if there's any air trapped in the system, that will hopefully get the rest of it out. So I just finished wrapping up the cooling system bleed. And if you use this launch tool to get to it, it's kind of hidden. You want to go to OBD2. You want to manually select the Cayman. I'm in a 982. And you want to system select, and you want to go into the engine control module, and you want to look for a special function. And right here is bleed the cooling system. And when you do that, it will give you instructions on what you need to do. Here it has all the instructions, and when you're ready, hit OK, and then it'll walk you through the steps on how to, what you need to do, what the car needs to do, and then how to finish up. So I have finished this, so now the only thing left for me is to wait for the cooling system, or the system cool down, and then do a final check of the water. I'll show you here where the combination valve, the bleeder valve, is here in just a second. If you're looking out the back of the car from the passenger compartment, the bleeder valve is this guy right down here, and you want to lift that tab so that it's in the raised position. That will allow air to escape out of the system. And that's how you replace the water pump in your 718 Cayman Base model. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.